Think back to a time when you spent hours straight sitting down. Maybe the last time you binge-watched an entire series at once, or a long road trip when the driver wouldn't pull over. Now remember what it felt like to stand up after that long period of time of not moving, that tight pull that was in the back of your hamstring, making it difficult to stand up all the way. Similarly, if you don't stretch your muscles often, it can cause tension, weakness, and inflexibility, increasing your risk of injury. Stretching is important not only for athletes, but for everyone, because we are actively using our muscles every day. Stretching frequently can help reduce the risk of injury by increasing your flexibility and strength in your muscles and reducing the wear and tear on joints. My name is Carissa Stahl, and as I have been an athlete for the past 8 years, I have trained with different coaches, physical therapists, and personal trainers on how to stretch properly. I'm going to teach you 5 less commonly known stretches that can be done at home and help reduce some tension in your muscles, increasing their flexibility. The only object you will need to perform these stretches is a band or towel. Before we get started, there are a few things to keep in mind. Remember not to stretch cold muscles. Going for a walk, light jog, or even doing some jumping jacks before stretching is important in ensuring you don't injure yourself and will help you get the most out of your stretching. While stretching, you want to push enough to feel a nice pull in your muscle, but don't push past what your muscles can handle, possibly hyperextending them. Some studies have shown that it is not only about how far you can push one side or the other, but stretching equally. Remember what you stretch on one side to do the same stretch on the other. Also, to maintain and improve flexibility, try to stretch for longer than just 30 seconds or a minute. And overall, you want to stretch 2 to 3 times per week. This first stretch requires a band or a towel, and I call it ankle rotations. Start by sitting on the floor with your legs fully extended in front of you. Then, bending your left knee, pull your left foot within arm's reach. Place the towel under the ball of your foot. And grabbing the towel on both sides, rotate your foot inwards, facing the sole of your foot towards your right thigh. Hold this for 30 seconds. Then rotate the sole of your foot outwards, away from your body, and hold for another 30 seconds. After you have rotated both inwards and outwards, you're going to switch feet and repeat. This stretch is good for strengthening your ankles, preventing ankle strains and sprains from happening as easily or as frequently. Next is a stretch for your hamstrings called the twisted bend. Start by standing tall. Cross your right leg over your left, placing the outsides of your feet side by side. Keeping your legs straight and both feet planted, bend at your hips, and if possible, place your hands on the floor in front of you while lowering your head to your knees. Hold this for 30 seconds, then repeat for the other leg. Moving on, the pigeon stretch is good for your glutes, lower back, but mostly for your hips. Start on all fours with your shoulders over your hands and knees under your hips. Then slide your left leg up to place your knee right behind your hand, bending your knee at 90 degrees and keeping your foot flexed. Touch your toes to the back of your right hand. Straighten your right leg out behind you and lower your hips to the ground, trying to rest your left leg completely on the ground, if possible. Remember to keep your left thigh in line with your left hip and right leg in line with your right hip. As you get comfortable, lower down onto your forearms for a deeper stretch. Allow your body to completely relax with no tension being held anywhere. Hold for 1 minute. When switching legs, remember to take your time and shake out your legs if needed before transitioning to the other side. Lower back pain is a common injury that can be stretched out with this next stretch, called the Sphinx pose. Begin by laying on your stomach, legs straight out behind you about shoulder width apart. To lift your chest off the ground, place your elbows under your shoulders with forearms flat on the ground. Press your hips and thighs into the ground and keep your shoulders relaxed. Focus on lengthening your spine. Don't try to extend further than a nice stretch in your back because you don't want to hyperextend your back. Hold this for about a minute. Up next, we are going to stretch our shoulders with arm twists. Start by sitting down. Reach diagonally across your body with your right arm, hand in line with your left shoulder. Then cross over your right arm with your left, placing the left elbow just past the nook of your right arm. Bending your arm at 90 degrees, then raising your left arm, place the fingertips from your right hand in the palm of your left hand. As you lower your arms towards your body, you will start to feel a stretch in your left shoulder. For a deeper stretch, use your right hand to guide your left arm to a diagonal to the left. Remember to keep your body as relaxed as possible and breathe through the tension. Hold the stretch for 1 minute, then switch arms and repeat. Once again, remember the point of stretching is to reduce injury, not to cause it. So make sure you not to stretch with cold muscles and don't push your muscles farther than they can go. Also remember to hold for the full length of the time you plan to hold for, even if that means breathing deeply. Stopping short isn't going to help your muscles become more flexible. I hope you are able to learn some new stretches and how to execute them properly. Thanks for watching!